The chilly fingers of winter crept into Isadora Spence's carriage through gaps in the door. She frowned at the wide cracks and pulled her cloak more tightly around her shoulders. Winter was so intrusive. The carriage wheels creaked with every jolt, both seemingly threatening to collapse and announcing their exact location. Could the traveling box be any louder? Or older? Maximillion likely chose it on purpose, just to make her more uncomfortable. Any minute now, and the faded cushions beneath her would break their last string and split in half. Still, it was safer than being out there. A thick band of darkness stretched across the horizon, no doubt teeming with defenders waiting to attack. The defenders' steep hatred of Watchers seemed mandatory, as if they knew this was her first raid, her first attempt to save an innocent Watcher from their famed interrogations, as a member of Maximillion's rogue force that protected Watchers, the Advocacy. Unable to bear the darkness anymore, she glanced at her hands. Enough gauzy moonlight slanted through the windows to highlight thick, ropey veins under her translucent skin. Her back curved into a hump. In the reflection of the window, an old woman stared back through different colored eyes. No matter what kind of transformative magic she attempted, her eyes remained distinctively off, like Maximillion's, only his were far subtler, indistinguishable really, much like his emotions. Only now her eyes were rheumy, red-rimmed, terrified. A girl in her early teens sat across from her. Bright, wide eyes peered out of a heart-shaped face, unassuming, naive even, with her perky nose and bow-tie lips. No one would imagine she was a powerful witch beneath layers of meticulous transformation spells. The girl caught her eye and winked. Lucy, Isadora's mentor, hid beneath the disguise. Next to Lucy trembled a young man, a boy really, with olive skin and pools of umber for eyes. Alessio. His fingertips tapped an uneven rhythm on his bouncing knee. Isadora swallowed her questions for Alessio. How did it feel when you transitioned? Is anyone else in your family a Watcher? The strange Watcher magic operated on unknown rules. Not even Maximillion's intensive study had formed conclusions on how one became a Watcher, or where the magic originated. Was Alessio silently saying goodbye to the Eastern Network, and the only home he'd ever known? Lucy had said he was a musician once destined to work with the Eastern Network High Priest in Magnolia Castle, and that he was now headhunted by his own witches. The defenders in the East were ruthless. Not a week ago, they'd captured a new Watcher, violently interrogated her in front of the family, then burned their house and abducted her. Before Lucy could get to the 17-year-old girl, the defenders had whisked her into Carcere, an ill-reputed prison from which there was no escape. Isadora turned the thoughts away. Your focus on the mission must be meticulous, Maximillion had said with a hint of irritation in his voice. Never waver. They won't. She studied the unchanging landscape again. Rolling hills, separated by stone hedges and copses of trees, passed by. Humidity lay thick in the air. 2 days farther east and they would have seen the ocean. Isadora tried to picture the expanse of water in her head, until an unusual flash in the distance caught her eye.